Our next bold prediction is the
Yeah.
Nuggets will duck the luxury tax. This is the biggest thing for them. Which they've been trying to do for a while. I guess
I don't
that's
even
not
know where
bold.
they're at.
The biggest concern is that they're going to lose Peyton Watson.
No, I hope not. Oh,
Dude, there's no
shit,
way.
dude.
They can't. They're going to be. They traded Michael Porter Jr. to avoid being a second apron team, and if they decide to re-sign Peyton Watson, they're right back at being a second apron team. Now Peyton Watson's good; he deserves to get paid.
What's the luxury tax?
It's good, Jack.
Is that the first apron?
Bean described it perfectly. It's going to be another MPJ situation where you're going to have to pay him, but you can't afford to pay him, so you're going to sign and trade.
Ooh,
Hell, get rid of. I'd get rid of. At this point, I would get rid of Cameron Johnson. To re-sign Peyton Watson. I mean, that's your
So you
future
made-
right there.
You
yeah, it's
basically
just gonna be kind of tough.
You basically rented Cam Johnson for 3/4 of a season. That's kind of funny. To be completely honest with you on that one.
I don't think they'll actually trade him, but unless it's in the off season.
Also, it depends how much can P-Watt ask for to keep them under that. Because is there a way they can meet his demands without going?
Yeah, he's going to ask for at least 25. I guarantee you.
Yeah, he's
And
worth
how
it.
much? How much do they have left to give?
14.
So,
yeah,
yep.
probably. No, I think about
And,
it, there is
and
no-
if they're since in the article says it, they would be repeat offenders, and it's a pretty drastic penalty for being a repeat offender of the luxury tax.
are we talking
Treat
like
is like a
losing-
sex offender. Damn.
That's what
yeah,
it says.
are we talking about like losing draft picks there, or
Or also, he's on a 2-year contract. Jonas Valanciunas, he was talking about playing overseas next season. So, but he still has 1 year on his contract, so I don't know how that works.
could they try and void his contract?
You can buy him out, maybe.
Buy him out. Yeah, buy him out would probably be the only option. You pay him now, and then you.
Oh, you're also no, yeah, you're losing Peyton Watson, dude. Christian Brown is poison pilled. Next
Yep.
season, he's making
That's what it
21.
is. They're done. They lost Peyton Watson. Peyton Watson will be a free agent, and he's going somewhere. I don't know where. but he's
Oh,
gonna go
that's
somewhere.
brutal, man. That is brutal. Because you're paying.
Yeah.
You might have to get rid of Jamal Murray. He's making almost 50.
Dude, this is
He's
my,
even making
my-
60 and 28.
I want to say this real quick before we kind of move on. This is CJ McCollum's fault, by the way.
Okay,
Oh,
explain.
with the
CJ McCollum is the reason
Yeah.
the CBA is the way it is.
yes.
And the Denver Nuggets, who have done nothing but draft correctly, have now been screwed over not once, not twice, but 3 times because of something. Because CJ McCollum wanted to do some stuff with the CBA to change the second apron, and the Denver Nuggets have been penalized more than any team.
Or
This is
how
why
about
they
this?
lost
Why
Michael
why,
Porter
why don't we
Jr.?
just pay players less? Like if we are going to have the second apron, getting $30 million
Jack,
should be a
Jack,
lot.
realistically,
harder.
come on, really?
I mean, it makes sense if all 30 teams are in on it. We all have the same second apron. You know, like
Yes,
we
but
all have a
you're
certain
now
amount of
asking
budget.
for the players to take pay cuts.
Yeah, you think?
I mean,
being
that's
NBA players don't take pay cuts.
if we shouldn't have a second apron then.
No,
Don't have
we
a second
we
apron.
don't need to. We don't need to. It's stupid, but like, there's no way to get around it. They're not going to take pay cuts to make it work.
It's like the
I mean, some of
opposite
them
of the
will.
MLB. It's the opposite of the MLB.
I was gonna say the only way. Yeah, Jack's right. The only way this would work is if it was the MLB, where you had like a first
Well,
apron where you could penalize.
Here's
teams
the issue,
and
though,
then
and
it's
here's the
free
issue with the
reign.
MLB, and at least for the terms of basketball. There you have teams like my Charlotte Hornets, right? And then you have teams like the LA Lakers. My Hornets will not be able to outbid the Lakers, or the Clippers, or the Warriors, or the Brooklyn Nets, or the Knicks, or the Chicago Bulls, or the Boston Celtics. Those 6 teams, 7 teams are going to be the teams that get all the players every year. Because if
just
we
bump
decide
it
to
higher.
abolish the salary cap, if we decide to abolish, and this is why the
That's
NBA
too-
has to have a salary cap.
No,
For that
that's too
instance.
drastic. Yeah, I mean, we're just all I'm saying is bump up the second apron or pay people less. It's just a
Yeah.
supply and demand issue.
And
The second apron is the only thing that can happen. You're not going to pay people less.
the second apron has to go up, and it's actually funny because that's what MLB is headed towards because their CBA ends after this season, and because the Dodgers just got Kyle Tucker, one of the highest paid players in the game, people want a salary cap.
Of
Like, the
course.
owners
Why
are-
wouldn't you? I mean, we should have had that 20 years ago.
Well, that creates the conundrum, Jack. Then you have to pay players less, and players aren't going to want that. So we're headed. MLB is probably headed for a lockout in the next 2 years. That's a whole other
Yes.
conversation. we can
Oh,
have.
yes, absolutely. I'm full agreement on you.
4 years.
I mean, the cap goes up throughout the CBA, does it not? Or is that something you
I mean,
negotiate
yeah.
with the CBA?
this current CBA doesn't end until 2030, so you're still going to be second apron. And as the cap goes up, the pay for players goes up. The max contracts go up. So you're going to be the exact same position. It's just you have a little bit more money, but you're paying that more. You're going to have to pay the players more.
I mean, more power to the people, but if all 30 teams are seeing this and they're like, oh, we really cannot afford to have 3 people making 50 or 40
and
million
this is the
dollars,
thing.
I'm going to offer you this, and no one else
The
will
nu-
unless you're the Nets.
The issue comes more into the fact of the Nuggets also haven't acted well in those situations. Like, yes, they've been kind of screwed by the second apron on multiple occasions, but they are also the same team that offered Christian Brown his contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You're paying Jamal Murray, who has never been an All-Star in his entire career.
Nah,
Granted,
well,
I
hold
think
on. That's about to
he
change,
should.
buddy.
Yeah, and he definitely should have a few years ago as well. But nonetheless, I mean, people making $46.3 million, that is like high-end talent. That's the Jalen Browns of the world, that type
Well,
of
but, okay,
caliber
the
of
only thing
player.
I have to
Jamal
say
Murray's
about
not
Jalen-
that person.
The only thing I have to say about Jamal Murray is that we are kind of like, obviously he's getting paid a lot. He probably should have been maybe in the and you're going to learn. Like, I think Jamal Murray's contracts after this are going to be nowhere near as high. I do
not.
think Denver gave him a bad contract. Personally, I think
Sure.
it's a bad contract. Aaron Gordon is on a steal of a contract. If Jamal Murray was on a contract similar to that, like he's got $22 million this year. This is Aaron
Oh, it's
Gordon.
going way up though. That's
It is.
That's kind
It's
of
going
the
up.
steal.
Their original contract with him was great. Next year's contract, it's still all right.
He's making $32 million next year, which
It
is
kinda comes
that's
to-
where it should be.
Like Cam Johnson's getting paid $20 million, 23. Jonas Valanciunas is 10.
I mean, being real quick, I think what the point is, you guys said Peyton Watson's asking price is probably going to be 25. With
Roughly.
the cap that's going to keep going up, and you're going to have to pay the players more. That 25 that he's going to be asking for is going to look more like a 30.
oh,
And
dude,
then that's
oh my
going to
God.
blow. We're going to get to a point where the minimum asking price is north of $30 million for these.
It's just way too much.
Okay,
Yeah,
real
we're-
quick.
These players are making way too
mid-tier,
much.
high-end, high-end bench player, low-end starter kind of thing.
They're gonna have 7 players, and I'm pretty sure this is without the options. They're gonna have 7 players next year, worth $217 million.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
So that's
just,
at the end of the day, that's
It ends
also the Nuggets' fault for kind of poor money management.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if all 30 teams looked at the second apron and was like, "Hey, we can't afford to have all these guys making this type of money. If the supply's not there, which it's just not there, because if you look at the Nuggets, if all 30 teams were like the Nuggets, the supply wouldn't be there. Meaning
yeah,
the demand
no, I
would go
get-
down, and then you'd pay them
it's-
less.
It's like, because, and I'll use this as a comparison because, like, hold on.
We
The
should
best
probably
way to
move on
put
to the
it would
next
be like,
one.
if you look at the Boston Celtics contract situations, they knew that Kristaps and Drew had to go. Like, they knew the second apron was going to become a problem, so they traded them. They were able to get off their money, and it has been nothing but wonderful for them. And the Nuggets I think their biggest thing is, instead of trading guys on the last years of their deal, it's just been letting them walk. Except for Michael Porter Jr. They were finally able to get off him, and they did save a lot of money on that. Because,
They
again,
did.
they also gave Michael Porter Jr. that insane contract.
Yeah, while you were talking about that, I asked ChatGPT something. There are 2 companies that would be worth as much as that Nuggets $217 million payroll. One of them is an insurance company, the other one's a healthcare company. There are 2 companies that are worth as much as the Nuggets payroll next year.
2 companies, like, in the entire United States.
This is per ChatGPT, so take it with a grain of salt. But there's 2 companies that are worth around that same number.
The Nuggets need to duck the luxury tax. That's really all we're coming to a conclusion here.
Yeah.